Hey guys, Came for 15 back at it with another video for you guys. I'm back with another SpyxFamily episode review for you guys. As I'm actually talking about SpyxFamily on the day it actually came out today. So yeah, I actually did the last two episodes 21 and 22 episode reviews a few days ago actually on the channel. So you want to get my thoughts on the last two episodes, well, they're right there on the channel. But this week's episode was absolutely hilarious, just absolutely hilarious. From the fact we get the conclusion to this tennis tournament, and then the end part of the episode where you get Yor versus Nightfall in a tennis match, where freaking Nightfall breaks literal character, that stoic character face, and she ends up freaking leaving crying. By the time you get to the end of the freaking episode, in the end credit scene, she's training vicariously in the mountains to be able to try to best Yor. Absolute funny content that, listen, I just love. And again, I know I've said the last few weeks, you know, SpyxFamily hasn't been entertaining until Nightfall became introduced. But it's like I'm back in love with SpyxFamily. Not that I didn't love it originally, but it was just, to me, I was like, there's nothing, you know, SpyxFamily's just not, it's not, you know, so far, it's just not doing it for me. The back half's not doing it for me as good as the first half was. And then they introduced the character of Nightfall in one of the episodes, and then this whole freaking thing of the fact that she's in love with freaking Yor, and I'm just like, okay, now you got me again. So yeah, it was funny again to see, and again, it shows you how talented Lloyd and Nightfall are as pretty much spies, because we see how we practically see how those the brother and the sister, they did everything they possibly could to try to get them to win, to the point where they have it to where they got the freaking tennis, the tennis court having different shifting into different places and everything. You obviously have the tennis rope rising and lowering to get, you know, all sorts of things. You got wind being activated. Frick, you got freaking dudes from vents trying to snipe Lloyd and Nightfall. And then hell, you even got freaking dudes on the ground right there near the net. My bad, not rope, net. Pretty much pretending like they're Spider-Man trying to shoot something from their wrist and everything. And all through all of that and everything, Lloyd and Nightfall get past all of that and everything. And, you know, by the end of it, you would think that these two children would be like, damn it, why would we freaking lose? These guys suck. And they would just walk off all mean and everything and probably tell Lloyd and Nightfall that they cheated and pretty much end up being poor sports. But it's absolutely funny how the dude comes up to freaking Lloyd and he's like, for once I can admit you were the better team. And the fact that this guy actually ended up becoming more grateful for losing than being a spoiled brat was absolutely endearing to see. And it was funny because the father, who was like obviously pissed off because he like lost a lot of damn money, you know, it's funny because this one person who comes up to him, one of his men comes up to him like, we got to get the painting out, you know, and everything, it's got a coat in it. Then the guy, the father's like, are you trying to freaking bother me right now? I'm seeing a great moment from my son, damn it. Which was absolutely hilarious from the fact. So yeah, they end up doing their spy espionage stuff to end up getting the picture that they wanted, so they can get the code and decipher it and see if it has anything to do with trying to halt whatever war is going on. And then, you know, you get a pleasant surprise at the end of this episode, to where you get Yor versus Nightfall in a tennis match, because Nightfall cannot let go of the fact that she believes that Yor is not a capable wife for Lloyd, and we know again Nightfall is madly in love with Lloyd. And again, it's this whole thing of both these girls want to be praised by Lloyd. You know, that's the thing there. So you have a freaking tennis match. The first freaking time they go, or the first serve, you have it to where Yor puts so much damn strength into the swing, she cuts the entire tennis ball to pieces. And she's like, oh, it seems like you used a little bit too much strength, and the ball couldn't take the tennis ball couldn't, couldn't be launched because I've swung so hard. And I'm just like, oh God. Next thing you know, she serves it again, and she damn near sends what, I don't know, a supersonic speed tennis ball firing at Nightfall's way. And even though Nightfall ends up freaking trying to push it back and block it up, and she's like, I have to do this for Lloyd. I have to do this for Twilight, so I can prove to him that I am the perfect wife for him. And it looks like she's actually going to deflect it back and everything. And next thing you know, boom, she freaking breaks it. The ball was so strong that it just broke her entire freaking racket, which was absolutely hilarious because then she just runs off in tears. Just crying, breaking complete character because Yor bested her, and she's like, you won this time, your Forager or your Briar. I'll get you next time. And she's crying, and hell, even before this moment, when Yor did the first swing, and it just put the tennis ball into pieces. You have it where they cut over to Nightfall's face. Her eyes are like wide open, and she like just breaks character from that moment, where she's like, wait. What the frick just happened right now? So yeah, it was also funny. You do get a funny Anya moment, I guess, through this little beef that is being set up and everything, and it's just Becky telling Anya, well, I watched this, the show where, they were fighting, these two girls were fighting over this one man and everything, and Anya's like, oh, now I see what Becky meant by this. Yeah, and then after Nightfall leaves, you get an interesting end to the episode to where you have it to where Yor's obviously happy that she won. She goes up to Lloyd and she's like, hold on a second, guys. As I was saying, you get this interesting part at the end of the episode where Yor obviously is very happy that she won. And we know from last week, she had this whole thing going on in her head like, well, what if Lloyd leaves me for his coworker Nightfall, or Fiona, because what is it, they do good in the tennis thing, and obviously she's very happy that she won and she beat Nightfall, and it's obviously, you can tell in her face she wants Lloyd to say, hey, you did a great job, I'm so proud of you and everything. She wants that recognition from Lloyd that he's proud of her and that he appreciates her and everything. We know that Lloyd does deep down, he actually truly does. And Lloyd's just like, yeah, you did win, congrats, and everything. And we just see how Lloyd's kind of playing it off, or I wouldn't say playing it off, but he's just talking in kind of a monotone, like, yeah, congrats, you did it, great, let's go home, I'm tired. And then you just see like the disappointment in Yor's face where she's like, oh, okay. And then she walks up, and you get the end of the episode. Well, after the whole thing, we find out the whole code thing was just, this guy was just having a hard time with trying to resist the urges of all these, I guess, hot chicks. But at the end of the day, he was still loyal to his daughter and his wife at the end of the day, and he was a good family man. So yeah, which I guess is leading into this, I guess, little mini arc as we're ending off the season 1 for SpyxFamily. We have the last bit of the episode, where we have it to where we just see Yor just sitting on the couch, just like pretty much looking like out of shape, depressed, And I'm guessing the next two episodes, the way they're gonna end is it's gonna focus on this Lloyd your relationship, and the whole aspect of, you know, Lloyd is gonna probably understand that I'm guessing that, you know, Yora is perfect for him and that he's glad to have her in her life. Now it's funny enough because I actually watched the English dub episode of the moment when Yuri came over the first time and they were about to kiss. I don't know if it's gonna lead. I don't know if season one's gonna end off in the fact where maybe one of the two, Lloyd or Yor, kiss. But I definitely could see it where they finally kiss or something. Maybe Lloyd kisses her or she kisses Lloyd, and it just fully just makes their whole relationship, I guess, a lot more intimate. So I think the next two episodes are definitely going to cover this dynamic of your doubting herself on not thinking that she's not good for your or Lloyd, and Lloyd maybe having to do something to get her out of this mind space. So I think we're gonna get a romantic moment between the two, where it's gonna just click. Yeah, and we do see how Lloyd ends up, I guess, getting some cake or some pie or something like that for Anya and Yor. So it's gonna be interesting. It'd be interesting to see where it goes. It was funny to see in the end credits, Nightfall training in the mountains, and you just have these animals just like, okay, what? But anyways, another solid episode of SpyxFamily. We only have 2 more episodes, and then SpyxFamily is done till further notice, unless we get a season 2 confirmation. I really do hope we get a season 2 confirmation, because I really do love this show. Again, I know the back half, you know, other than the beginning, and then so far the ending part, you know, I think the middle hasn't really done enough, didn't really do enough for me, but definitely the beginning and then so far the ending of the back half of the season has definitely done a really good job at it, in terms of this season of anime for SpyxFamily. But definitely can't wait for more. And yeah, so if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of SpyxFamily, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more SpyxFamily content or any other anime content I upload to the channel. So till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day. Till then, guys, peace.